Rise and shine, superstars. It's your favorite light coach, MB, and today is a great day. Why? Because you are still here. So give me a come through real loud and proud, regardless of what you are, where you're doing, and type it in the comments below if you are grateful that God woke you up to see another day, because it is a blessing and an opportunity to still be here. Gratitude is the greatest and the best way to start your day. And if for some reason you're not sure if you really are grateful that you're still alive, then I challenge you today to take some time out, sit down in a quiet place, and just come up with at least one reason why you should be thankful for being alive, because God kept you here for a reason, and there's something that you have to offer the world. Do not allow any temporary situations to have you make a permanent decision. All right, so this week, y'all, we are talking about the 6 key principles to accomplishing any goals, and we're using the word dreamers in order to navigate through those 6 key principles. So Monday, we talked about discipline, and discipline is simply executing the small things consistently in order to maintain the big goal. On Tuesday, we talked about resilience. Resilience is the ability to adapt to change and adjust to challenges that come in life. Now, y'all already know, anytime you make up your mind and you have good intentions on doing something, life is somewhere lurking around the corner waiting to bop you upside the head with a bat or punch you in the face. So you got to be resilient. You got to be steadfast. You have to have a strong conviction, a strong why for your goal, the reason why you have your goal, so that you can remain resilient through the process of adversity and get to the final goal. Today, we are talking about excellence. Excellence is an attitude. Excellence is a posture. Excellence is self-accountability. Now, we talked about self-accountability on Monday when we were talking about discipline. Well, excellence requires self-accountability too. And I don't know what you're doing, but if you have a chance and opportunity right now to just stop what you're doing, do that, because you need to write this down. Let me break this definition of excellence down for you. Excellence is executing the skill-developing tasks that take place in the dark. Did y'all catch that? Were you listening a little slow? I know I wasn't talking too fast. Let me run that back for you one more time. Excellence. It is executing the skill-developing tasks that take place in the dark. Excellence is the sacrifices that you're making in secret. Excellence is the underground work that nobody glorifies and very few people do. So in order for you to obtain your goals, it is necessary that you adopt and conform to an attitude of excellence. Well, what is attitude? Attitude is how we respond physically, emotionally, and mentally to life's stimuli. Our physical response is our posture. So if something comes at us, it feels threatening or we're uncertain about it, you have a goal, but there's some things that you're a little wavery on, how are you going to approach that physically? Are you going to confront it? Are you going to be like, you know what, I got this, I can do this? Are you going to shy away from it and be a little timid about it? That's your physical response. Your emotional response is your position. So if someone or something causes you to be drawn in emotionally to them, are they a negative source of emotional energy, or are they a positive source of emotional energy? Either way, it's your position. Is your emotional position going to be on the negative side, or is it going to be on the positive side? And this starts happening a lot of times when you get into relationships, you start falling in love. You know, they say the people who love you can hurt you the most because they know all your secrets and everything. Well, it's your emotional position. If someone is doing something and saying to you something to you that is negative, it's how you respond. What position are you going to take? Are you going to fall into that negative space? Or are you going to stay positive, optimistic, take a look at the bigger picture and understand that they're just baiting you? They're trying to draw you in emotionally, because when you're drawn into something emotionally, that's where your energy goes. And if your energy is going there, that's where you're going to physically go. So you always want to maintain a positive emotional position when you have an attitude of excellence. And your mental projection, that's what your mental excellence is. It's your mental projection. What are you visualizing and what are you projecting on the screen of your mind that is then resulting in your physical life, in your physical world? A lot of times people will wake up and they'll be just a little bit behind getting ready for work. So they'll rush out the door and they'll say something like, oh man, I hope it's not an accident today on the way into work. Now you leave in the door at rush hour time. It doesn't mean that there's going to be an actual accident, but because that was in your mental projection, that's what you spoke. and then you come across it and you have an accident, you like, I knew it was going to happen. Well, that's because you put it out there. That's what you projected into your reality. And so successful people project successful thoughts. They project people who are going to help them, mental pictures and words and books and resources. They project all of this to come into their physical world. People say misery loves company. But nobody realizes, or a lot of people don't realize, that success loves company too. It's all about how you project into your world what it is that you want for your life in order for you to be the best version and to obtain that goal. When you're committed to your conviction, which is your why you decided to have this goal, when you're committed to that, you become more determined and more disciplined to obtain that goal. You become focused on perfecting your craft. And perfecting your craft doesn't mean that you're trying to be perfect. Perfecting your craft is actually humbling yourself so that you realize there's always something more you can learn. There's always ways that you can improve yourself. That's what perfecting your craft looks like. There's a verse in the Bible, Proverbs 18:16. It says, your gifts will make room for you. It'll open the door to the giver so that they can stand in the presence of greatness. And so when you have an attitude of excellence and you're striving to perfect your craft, you're doing the little things, right? The skill developing task in the dark, you're doing that, then you're going to open the door. Your gift will make room for you. You'll become better at what it is that you're trying to do, whatever it is in life. You'll accomplish that goal because that gift that you're perfecting, it will make room for you. All right, you got Michael Jordan and you got Kobe Bryant. Now, these two are arguably the greatest basketball players of all time. Would you agree? Okay, let me add LeBron in there too, because I don't want anybody coming at me in the comments, Thompson. You forgot about Bron. Okay, look, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James are arguably some of the greatest basketball players of all time. And what is it when you think about those names? Like, what do you automatically think about? Do you think about excellence? Do you think about greatness? You think about the GOAT? You think about Mamba mentality, and you think about King James. All three of these guys represent success. All three of these guys have a standard that they set for themselves because of their attitude of excellence. They took the time, they set a goal, which was to be the greatest at what they did. And then they took the time to practice and perfect the necessary skill developing tasks that were required in the dark. They sacrificed in secret so that when they came out into the world, they were ready to show up and show out. That's what they did. In one interview, Kobe Bryant said that when he was around 11 or 12 years old, he was playing in the summer league and he did not score one single point all summer. Not one game, the whole summer. Now, I know y'all heard what Kobe Bryant. Can you even wrap your mind around the fact that Kobe Bryant did not score one single point in entire summer? And he was playing. He got playing time. He was on the court. He said he couldn't make a free throw. He couldn't make a layup. He couldn't make a trick shot, an accident shot. He said nothing was dropping the entire summer. So how do you think he responded to that? You know, his attitude, remember? The attitude is how you respond physically, emotionally, and mentally. This is what he did. He said for the next 6 months after that summer was over, for the next 6 months, he didn't work on anything except for the fundamentals of basketball. Now, a lot of y'all don't want to do that because that's the stuff that is the boring stuff, right? But guess what? It's also the skill developing task that you need in order to be great. So for 6 months, he wasn't shooting threes. He wasn't trying to shoot half-court shots. He wasn't working on his game-winning buzzers. He focused on simply executing the skill-developing task, which is the fundamental of basketball, in order to get better. And he said when he came out the next summer, he was all over everybody. The same guys that beat him down, he couldn't score not one single point on, he was all over them because they were still relying on their natural talent and abilities when he went and sacrificed in secret and he worked on the things that he needed to develop the skill-wise in order to get there. He came out and he was balling. But it's Kobe Bryant, of course, right? He already had the Mamba mentality. He had the Mamba mentality from way back when. And so when you do that, when you focus your energy and your time, when you have an attitude of excellence, your physical posture, your emotional position, and your mental projection, and you focus on executing the skill developing tasks in the dark that's required for you to achieve your goals, there's absolutely no way that you won't accomplish any goal. As long as your goal is big enough, as long as your conviction is strong enough, and as long as you adopt an attitude of excellence and it becomes your standard, you will accomplish your goals. So I have a question for you that I just want you guys to think about all throughout the day, for the rest of this day. What are some skill developing tasks that you've been neglecting that you need to commit yourself to doing consistently so that you can achieve your goal? Just think about that. Come back this evening, drop in the comments, let me know what you came up with, and then we can work on you getting towards that goal, right? But if you don't remember anything else, I need you to remember this. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be great. It's a great day to find the greatness in you. Now go have the greatest day of your life.